Thank you. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for coming here. My name is Adrian. I'm the Calgary lead for Startup TNT, and you are here for the Alberta Investment Summit. Summit 12.
Summit 12.
12 for Startup TNT. It's actually the very first time we've ever had an Alberta Summit.
That's right. First time for everything.
We've done Calgary Summits. You probably know me from here, from the Calgary Summits. We've done Edmonton Summits. We've done Saskatchewan Summits, BC Summits, Manitoba Summits, Clean Tech Summits, Life Science Summits, and Agri-Food Summits.
All of Alberta right here,
Never
right
done
now.
an Alberta Summit, so you're here for that. So again, I'm Adrian, one of the Calgary investors, the Calgary lead. And it's my absolute pleasure to introduce my co-MC, my colleague, my friend, my co-investor, the guy who started it all, Zach Storms.
Hi, everyone. I'm one of the founders of Startup TNT, and this is actually the first time I'm joining you in person in Calgary for one of these amazing pitch nights. Thanks for having me.
That's right. We've done a lot of summits, and Zach's never been here.
Well, usually there's a scheduling conflict, but this time there isn't.
That's right. That's right. So we are lucky, and if it doesn't go as well as you expect, I don't know what's different. All right. So with that, I think we're going to move right along. And so I'd like to acknowledge the land that we're in. So tonight we're going to hear stories from founders who live here right on stage. They're going to tell us the stories of their journey thus far and where they're going. The power of storytelling connects us, inspires us, and brings us together. Tonight we're in Calgary, which is the part of the Treaty 7 region located where the Elbow and Bow rivers meet. These rivers were important trading and traveling routes for the Blackfoot, the Tsuut'ina, the Stoney Nakoda, and the Ottawatomississippiwak Métis Regions 5 and 6. The people who will be telling their stories tonight live, work, and play in these regions. In the spirit of reconciliation and honoring the narratives that have shaped the land, we need to acknowledge the Indigenous peoples who are the original storytellers of these territories. The fact that we are able to come together for this event tonight is thanks to the stewardship of the Indigenous peoples that came before us since time immemorial. Okay. So now we're going to talk about other stories. Zach's going to tell us the story of Startup TNT, a thing that he started as a happy hour. How long ago now, Zach?
Over 6 years ago. It was May 16th, 2019. TNT stands for Thursday Night Tradition because I was personally looking for a place to have fun, make friends, and build companies with founders, investors, and other people in Edmonton that just want to build great things together. And so this is a true story. I said to my wife, coming up on my 35th birthday, I said, for my birthday this year, I'd like to host a happy hour every single week for a year and see what happens. And together, we have built the most active pre-seed investment group in all of Canada. We've raised $19.4 million for 119 startups from 523 investors. So, and thank you, Calgary. You've been a massive part of that story. Give yourselves a round of applause.
That's right. No,
let's talk about the Alberta impact.
Calgary's been a big part of the story, but yeah, this is the Alberta Summit. So let's talk about the Alberta impact. So the whole province. 347 Albertans have invested in startups through Startup TNT. We've invested in 74 Alberta companies. 35 of those companies are female-founded. 22 of those companies are founded by people by BIPOC, people of BIPOC backgrounds. And we've invested over $13 million in Alberta companies. Now, I want to say there's a typo on this slide. So a lot of times founders come to me and say, well, I may have screwed up my slide. I need to change it. This happens. We do this all the time. That's the Alberta investment number. So don't feel bad if you have a typo on your slide. It happens to the best of us.
I pointed it out. It was important to me that we got that right. It's a really impressive stat. We have changed the game here for founders in Alberta. 74 companies raising capital over the last 5 years. That's amazing.
Yeah, and it's all because you wanted a place to drink.
Hey. Oh, I'm struggling with the clicker. Can you manually move us forward? There we go.
There we go. So we got to go back now. Okay.
All right, we're here.
We couldn't have done it alone. We could not have done it without the support of some incredible partners and sponsors in this ecosystem. I want to be remiss if we didn't thank our best friends forever, Osler. You're going to hear from Emmy in a few minutes here. We also have our best friends at Alberta Enterprise Corporation. We have Fasken. You're going to meet the guys at Fasken, MNP, Axis, as well as the University of Calgary Hunter Hub for Entrepreneurial Thinking. We also have our close friends, some of whom are in the audience. I know I saw Pankaj Pankaj is our newest sponsor from iTechno Labs. Thank you, Pankaj, for your support. But thank you, everyone, for helping us in our journey getting to where we've come so far.
And hey, it's the Alberta Summit, so let's give our Edmonton sponsors a round of applause. Many of them are also sponsoring Calgary, but a couple of them are unique to Edmonton. Importantly, Edmonton Unlimited are powered by sponsor in Edmonton. They're really supportive of what we're doing here as this Alberta Total Summit. They signed that memorandum of collaboration with Platform Calgary. They want to see more events like this happening across the province. And our friends at API that we just wrapped up a massive life sciences summit last week. They've been a supporter of ours for about 3 years now. And I'd also like to give a shout out to Artemis Canada, an amazing recruiting firm that helped us found our new executive director, CK Dollawall, based in Edmonton. And then locally in Edmonton, we have KRP, RBCX, BDC, and Accelerate Fund as our close friends, all of whom have been supporters from some of our earliest summits.
Yes, I think it's worth a big round of applause for all of our sponsors and partners. We truly appreciate you guys. Okay, Zach, so why are we here? How does this pitch competition work?
You set me up for that one. It's not a pitch competition. This is the pitch showcase event, but it's about 6-7 weeks of due diligence among investors, real investors, putting their money in, vetting founders, working together to decide who we're going to invest in. Each investor commits $5,000 up front. They don't know who we're going to invest in. They don't even know who the other investors are necessarily. They work as a group. They build relationships. They collaborate. And then we announce the investment live at the finale on November 5th, which will be back here at Platform Calgary. And keep in mind that aside from the pitches you're seeing, there's meetings happening behind the scenes. Some of these companies are going to have to share their data rooms. They might have half a dozen meetings with the investors before a final decision is made.
That's right. It's a very involved pitch competition where people pitch 12.
Investment Summit.
No, it's a due diligence process. Every single company that you're going to see tonight is going through a minimum of one rigorous high-level DD meeting with our investors. And I think almost all of them have already done their first meeting. And we'll be deciding on the top 10 that go to the next stage next week. We don't announce the top 10, but those are the companies we'll be diving in to data rooms with starting next week. And then we'll have a month where we're looking at their data rooms. So it is truly a more rigorous, intense process. But I think it's fun because I know that we have a number of investors investing with us now that are previous summit participants and who've won summits and had side deals.
Yeah, that's actually pretty awesome. We have quite a few companies whose founders now invest with us. And let's take a look at who's pitching tonight, Adrian.
That's right. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time telling you everyone who's pitching tonight because you're going to hear from these guys coming up. But look at all these logos. We used to do a big logo wall of all the companies, but there's just too many now. So, with that logo wall, on our website, we will be adding, a minimum of one, but most likely 3 or 4 of these companies to our summit list. Because if you did the math, 47 summits, 119 investments, more than one company on average gets an investment.
Yeah, we usually see 2 to 3 deals per summit, and I wouldn't expect anything different here at the Alberta Summit in 2025.
That's right. Okay. So what's next? This is a little bit of logistics. So I usually like to start with some little orientation of where we are, and I forgot to do that. I would like to remind everyone that if you need to use a washroom, there are washrooms up there, behind, down below. If there's an emergency of any kind, please, in a very orderly, careful way, make your way down and outside those doors. And then at the end of the night, after all this, we're going to make our way out those doors to the James Joyce. Same door. So you are going to get a chance to use the exits that we would use during the emergencies. But yes, it's an after party. So how does this work? Why do we have an after party, and why do we do this? What's this donate to the tab mean?
There's a really simple way that you can be a hero and help out a friend at Startup TNT. It was actually inspired by my own PhD supervisor. A lot of people don't know this. He used to buy beers for me every Friday. Now I try and pay it forward. Can you buy a beer for a friend at Startup TNT? You can donate to the bar tab. Cheers at startuptnt.com. And someone's already donated, Adrian. Who's the first donor?
That's right. So sometimes you don't need, this doesn't have to have, you want to be anonymous, you can say you want to be anonymous. But we do have one of our great friends, one of our investors, one of our great partners, longtime supporter of the bar tab. Up top, Denise from the Grand Sherpa. Thank you, Denise.
Let's hear for Denise. First donation of the night to the bar tab.
And we will do this all night long, so long as you don't say anonymous. We will give you a shout out all night long, and then that will live on YouTube forever. Okay, so we're gonna do the pitches, but I was gonna say we're gonna do them in 2 blocks. We're gonna have an intermission at about 7:05, so there will be a 15-minute intermission. We close the bar down there because it does get the sound carries very quickly from down there. It carries up here, and it would be really disruptive to the pitches. So please be respectful. But there is a bar up here, and what I found is because everyone can see you, you're generally a lot quieter and more polite when you get a drink up there. So if you want to drink while the pitches are going on, you can go up there. But then there will be an intermission.
You can join Jade Alberts at the bar. He's ready. He's ready and waiting. He's waiting, as well as
right
Kyle.
there. Yeah, they're standing right next to it. But there will be a 15-minute intermission at about 7:05. So with that, let the pitches begin.
Let the pitches begin.
All right, so to introduce our first block of pitches, it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage Emmy from Ozler, our best friend forever. Thank you, Emmy. Take it away.
Thank you. Hello. Yeah, my name is Amy, and I'm an associate in Emerging and High Growth Companies Group at Ozler. Ozler is a full-service law firm, but my group is specifically dedicated to helping startups in their everyday legal needs. I have the rare privilege to introduce to you 4 very fine founders today, and the first of which is Harrison from Arcane Aerospace.
Hello, my name's Harrison. I'm one of the co-founders of Arcane Aerospace, and we are building space defense capabilities for militaries to defend the billions of dollars of satellites that militaries depend on every day. Currently, 90% of military operations depend on space-based capabilities, from communication to reconnaissance to targeted weapon systems to early missile warning systems. And all of it is vulnerable. It is entirely undefended. And every Western military space force is talking about this. They need to have an ability to defend space. Just the other week, China and Russia launched satellites that can go into orbit and disrupt and degrade and destroy satellites that are in orbit. Western militaries need a solution, and this is why we founded Arcane Aerospace. We founded Arcane Aerospace to provide an in-orbit defense layer against anti-satellite missiles and hostile satellites. And we're doing this in a way that we can get operational in 2 to 4 years, not in a decade. And so our approach is we're building an autonomous, highly maneuverable, low-cost spacecraft that can approach a hostile threat and inspect it, see what its intent is. And if it is bad, and in worst case, we can disable it non-destructively. So there's no orbital debris being created here. And we're going to deploy this in 2 different configurations. One, a defensive configuration, where we deploy them to escort a high-value asset. And so whenever a threat comes by, they can respond to disable it. Or, and as we scale up and we deploy hundreds to thousands of these spacecraft, we can do it in such a way that we can defend the entire space domain, providing active deterrence across all of it. And we can do all of this for less than the cost of a nuclear submarine, a single one. So we've talked to militaries, and interested is an understatement. They are extremely interested. They know that space defense is not a theory anymore or a concept. It is something that is a real capability that they need today. And this is how we're going to do it. We have a step-by-step plan on how we're going to execute this, focusing on financial milestones and technical milestones that de-risk this. Now, we're going to start, and we've already started building our first spacecraft, and we're launching it next year. And while this sounds all very bold and ambitious, I will admit, this is a very standard thing for us. Both my co-founder and I have spent 5 years as early-stage engineers working at a company called Rocket Lab, where we designed this rocket. We launched it 40 times into orbit. We've done a mission to the moon. We've seen the company grow from 50 to 1,500 employees. That was just the first company we actually worked at. We were also early-stage engineers at a company called 1X, where we designed autonomous humanoid robots. Now, we've done 6 to 7 years working in these deep tech companies that have scaled to multi-billion-dollar valuations. We know how to design, we know how to build, we know how to launch, and we know how to scale. And now we're coming back here to Canada to build this company. And so we're really excited to talk with you, and if you're interested in joining us on this journey to build space defense, we'd be happy to talk. We'll be here all evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harrison. The next is Mark from Elemental Athletics.
Sports' biggest problems with audio analysis, starting with a massive shortage of referees. So, believe it or not, people are actually incredibly mean to referees. And this has led to 80% quitting by their second year, leading to massive shortages across all sports in North America. So we built a product called Mic'd Up, and it's very simple. We put an audio recording device on a referee, and then we've automated detection of abuse, threats, insults, criticism. We then provide organizations with a record of truth so they can enforce their own policies based on facts, not he said, she said. Now you might be thinking, oh, that's a cute small business. But when you look at the numbers, it's actually a massive opportunity. There are 400 million officiated games in North America every year. And at our initial pricing of $1 per game per referee, that's a $700 million opportunity annually just in North America alone. There are a lot of great companies working on problems in sports tech and youth sports. You see a lot of great logos on the left. None of them are using audio analysis, and certainly none of them have automated the detection of verbal abuse. This gives us a blue ocean market, first mover advantage, a genuine data moat, and really gives us the urgency to move fast so we can leverage those advantages. We have a simple plan. We launched Mic'd Up in June, focusing on abuse detection. Later this year, we're launching a product called Chatter, helping give feedback to referees on how to communicate better and de-escalate conflict. And then down the road, we're gonna overlay this audio with video so that referees can get powerful insights and learning opportunities from watching themselves communicate on the field, court, or ice. We're forecasting hitting $85,000 a month by November 2026 and plan on doing $3 million in the calendar year of 2027. We have a simple go-to-market strategy. We'll use direct sales to reach out in a B2B fashion to these organizations, but we've also learned that referee camps are the key to the most influential referees in North America. Modern Pro is a great example for us. We teamed up with an NBA official named Matt Callio, a good friend of my co-founders, Tamara's. And what we learned is by getting the product used there, every influential referee in the basketball space had used it and went back and told their associations about it. We'll triple, quadruple, 10 times down on that next year. Is anybody willing to pay? Yes. We've done paid pilots with Alberta Soccer, Hockey Alberta. We have paid customers this fall with the University of Calgary, Purdue University, Southern Alberta Basketball Officials Association, and Ring at Calgary. We're raising $300,000 as a pre-seed round. We're going to use this to hire an AI engineer. We'll also use it to execute the go-to-market plan that I just highlighted, and put ourselves in a position for a seed round in January of 2027. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Next is Mehdi from Fluid Dome.
Hello, everyone. This is Mehdi Mohammadi. I'm CEO and founder of Fluid Dome and Biochip Tech. We developed a portable point-of-care platform for diagnostic and prognostic of traumatic brain injury. In Fluid Dome, we already developed 4 main products and we commercialize it. And it's already available in the market and we generating revenue. So over the last 3 years, we focused on developing new technology, personalized medicine, and developing point-of-care device for rapid diagnostic of TBI. So TBI is one of the leading cause of death and reported more than 20 million globally and around 3 million in US and more than 50,000 in mortality in US. According to what we discussed with a clinician and expert in TBI, we understood there is a huge gap between that we could potentially save, and this is called golden time, and this is like around 7 hours from incidence location to emergency room and making decision. So with having biosensor in hand and a portable that could rapidly diagnose all the biomarker for TBI, we could potentially tackle this challenge and reduce the mortality of the TBI. Also, we can use it for management and recovery of the patient. So the platform is the electrochemical biosensor integrated with advanced microfluidic technology, integrated with the customized software that is compatible with any smartphone. So it's compatible with any biofluid. It's just only 2 droplets of the biofluid required and could deliver the result within 5 to 10 minutes. So we proved this concept. We published 6-7 research articles, and also we patent the biomarker for the TBI, and also we have a patent for multiplex biosensing that could detect multiple biomarkers at the same time. There's a huge market potential, around 5 billion for this market. And we are trying to get the partnership with a key player in this field and capture a portion of this market. We have a great team of a multi-expert background from engineering, metabolomics, proteomics, and the biosensor and microfluidic, and great advisory team of the scientist and clinician and regulatory approval expert. Thank you very much, and happy to address any question after this event.
Thank you. So the last founder from me is Sumer from Home AI.
My name is Sumer. I'm the CEO of Home, which is housing optimized for modular engineering. Just imagine, you can select a site, you can design your dream home in minutes, and you can get it delivered to you in weeks. That's exactly what we're doing at Home. Housing is broken, and that's the problem that we're solving. It's broken on all fronts. Everyone keeps trying to solve a piece of the puzzle, but building a house is not a one-step process. It's a very nuanced, very long process that can be enabled by tech, but it cannot be considered as tech. The entire pipeline needs to be solved, and that's exactly what we're doing. Our solution is a digital platform that generates permit-ready, bylaw-compliant drawings that can be submitted to the city instantly. Our physical platform automates the prefabrication of the home that is to be delivered. We cut timelines by 50% and cost by 30%. So the way the product works is you select a site, you can do a full-scale urban analysis, you can select a design and customize it, pick your finishes. Your grandma can do this. You can download permit-ready drawings. This is part of our secret sauce. It's bylaw compliant, ready to be submitted to the city in minutes. And you can actually do the prefabrication. It gives you live pricing. You can place an order, you can track it, you can get it delivered in weeks. We have traction. We've raised about $500,000 of our own money that we've used for bootstrapping this. We've raised $150,000 in non-dilutive funding with Alberta Innovates to demonstrate our pilot project, which is actually ongoing right now. It's going to generate $1.4 million in revenue. We have also raised an additional $247,000 of non-dilutive funding to develop our automation for the prefabrication, which is basically a distributed network of microfactories. The market size is massive. It's $5.4 trillion for the total serviceable market, and $300 billion based on 1 million homes being built by 2035. So the more homes you build, the more money you make, and there's actually enough to go around for everyone across North America. The business model is simple. For example, for a 1,600 square foot home, you charge $1 a square foot for the permit-ready drawings, which beats any pricing you'll get in the market and timeline, so that's $1,600. And then you can make $50,000 average profit per prefabricated home. The founding team, we have about 30 years of experience between the two of us as combined architecture, engineering, construction, and fabrication. We come from within the industry. We know how technology is to be used. We have a background in that. And just to show you that we're the right fit, what we did in 2020 was we sold our house, we bought a piece of land, decided to build a home and learn the process. We were on site every single day, doing it with our own hands. We didn't outsource any of the GC work. We did that over 2 builds. In fact, my partner Karen here was 30 weeks pregnant digging holes on site, and that's how committed we were to the process. So we've taken all of that learning, all of the funding, and put it back into the business. Thank you. For financial, we're looking for a combined $5 million. We're on the road to raise this for 24 months financing. We hope to make $39 million revenue over the next 2 years with 130 houses built. Thank you.
Okay. So that was the first 4 pretty amazing. First batch is done. Pretty amazing companies. So before we get to it, I think we've had a number of amazing bar tab donations. One of them, is there Zach Storms in the house? One of them is Zach Storms. Right here.
Let's hear it for that guy.
But that's not all. I want to thank Brad Schneider from Fasken. Fasken, one of our best friend sponsors. Thank you, Fasken and Brad. I haven't seen him. Chris Weinhoppel, are you here or are you watching online? There he is. Chris Weinhoppel, regular TNT Thursday Night Tradition attendee. Thank you. Jenna Gates is here somewhere. Where's Jenna Gates? There she is. From Get Perked. I love it. We're going to hear from you guys in a bit. And then Edan, I haven't even seen Edan here. Must be watching at home. But one of our long time Calgary investors, Edan Shoham. Also, thank you very, very much. And you too could be on that list. How do you do that, Zach?
Simply e-transfer to cheers@startuptnt.com.
All right, and then what's next here?
Guy from Hunter Hub, one of our sponsors, is here to introduce our next group of companies. Come ahead, Guy, and take it away.
Thanks, Zach. Great first batch, but batch number 2 will be even better. So I've got the honor of introducing 3 fantastic founders. I'm with the Hunter Hub. As you saw, we're best friends with Startup TNT. And I tell everybody that the best event by far in the city every year is the Startup TNT Summit and Finale. So thanks for making us your best friends. And I'm wearing the official Startup TNT glasses tonight, so love it. So we'll start off with our first of the second batch, Invent Genie, and we'll hear from Simon Park.
Thank you. So hello, my name is Simon Park. I'm a former professor and a serial entrepreneur. Over the last 2 decades, I have filed many patents. Each time, it's been slow, expensive, and frustrating. So I created Invent Genie, AI-powered co-inventor that saves your time and headaches. So here's a problem. A typical patent cost is more than $30,000, and you often have to spend over hundreds of hours. Many inventors give up, not because their ideas aren't valuable, but because the system is complex and expensive. So here we have the solution. We can reduce the cost by 90%, and instead of hundreds of hours, we can generate patent approximately less than 1 hour. We have a system that generates powerful and well-structured patents using our 10 million database. We are not ChatGPT wrapper. We have purposely built unique algorithms. Our innovation engine generates fantastic ideas based on your rough ideas. And our patentability engine checks over 10 million prior arts and come up with the most optimum patent claims. And the drawing engine automatically generates the labels and the drawings, which are often the bottleneck. The market for the patent is $45 billion. Each year, more than 3 million patents are filed, and it's growing rapidly. Our business model is subscription, paper draft, as well as enterprise white label, so that these large law firms can use in their local network. we have great traction. We have more than 100 plus inventors and innovators awaiting our wait list. And we've been conversing with a number of large patent law firms, as well as strategic partnership with the PatentML. Right now, we have 3 companies piloting our system. We have many years of deep tech and patent writing experience, and we have the right talents to execute effectively. So, our system can really define future of intellectual properties, because great ideas deserve great protection. So join us at Invent Genie to turn your rough ideas into fantastic ideas. Thank you.
Thank you, Simon, and let me introduce to you Simon from Movies.
Movies. Hi, I'm Simon Bullard, founder and CEO of Move Easy. We launched Move Easy as an Uber for moving platform. Some of you in here have actually used us before. So, Bootstrap, we've completed over 4,000 jobs and we've generated over $800,000 in GMV. Along the way, though, we learned a hard truth. Customers always underestimate how much stuff they actually have. So, letting them choose the truck size they need or the number of movers is not a quoting solution. It can actually be a recipe for disaster. Here's the problem. Customers think this will fit inside this, and the result is this. They choose a small truck instead of the right one because they think they're gonna save money. So, we built the Move Easy Vision Agent to fix this. Here's how it works. Customers snap photos of all the items they need moved. Our AI scans those items, then instantly recommends the right truck and crew for the job, and generates a quote on the spot, so customers can decide whether or not they want to proceed with the booking. Initially, we built this to solve our own booking bottleneck, then realized, why keep this to ourselves? This isn't a Move Easy problem, it's a universal one. Moving companies still rely on clunky forms, on-site visits, and phone tag with customers to quote jobs. They waste hundreds of hours quoting and still only convert on average 15 to 20% of leads into booked jobs. In moving, speed to quote is everything. Companies that respond within the first minute are 4 times more likely to win the job. Our Vision Agent makes that possible every time, turning quotes into money and hours saved. Our pricing model is simple, $50 a month plus $250 per scan. So a small operator with 400 leads a month, they would pay to us just over $1,000, but would get an additional $9,000 in revenue from just a 10% lift in their monthly jobs booked. And if they can't take it, they can push it into our marketplace and earn a referral commission on it. Moving is a $45 billion industry in North America. It's large, fragmented, and still operates on clipboards and phone calls. The shift to instant AI-powered quoting will happen, and Move Easy is well positioned to lead that shift. I'm a second-time founder. Our CTO and AI lead have decades of experience in the space. We know this bottleneck inside and out, and we're the team to fix it. I'm running out of time. You laughed at my joke. We have, over the next 18 months, we are going to onboard 100 companies, hit $1 million in ARR, and 5x our marketplace revenue. And we're raising $500K to do that, and we want Startup TNT in our corner. Yeah.
Simon, where were you when I moved to Calgary last November? I need to move easy. And so our last pitch for this block is Sarah Harper with My Fertility Labs.
When I was told by my doctor that I was experiencing my second miscarriage in a row, I had to call around until finally the fourth doctor agreed to work with me to try to save that pregnancy. Now, thanks to that care, I have a 2-year-old daughter today. Now, my story really showed that fertility care is broken and reactive. And the problem is it impacts so many people. 1 in 5 pregnancies ends in miscarriage, and 1 in 5 couples faces infertility. Couples have to wait a year for their GP to refer them to a fertility clinic that charges $15,000 or more per round of IVF. And the problem with competitors is that they don't provide integrated care. They either provide the lab tests or the telehealth or the ongoing care. My Fertility Labs is a solution that brings it all together, providing early diagnosis and root cause treatment at 1/10 the cost of IVF. Now, we provide treatment for conditions such as PCOS and hormonal imbalances with our team of care providers, including clinicians, nutritionists, and fertility coaches, and it's backed by science. Our team is trained in restorative reproductive medicine, and studies show that it has comparable success rates to IVF, with lower costs to families and the healthcare system, and healthier pregnancies. We're targeting Bianca. She's 32, she has PCOS, and with plans starting at $250 a month, she can afford it. Providers benefit from a new revenue stream, and insurance payers save money on preventative medicine versus IVF. In North America, there are 8.2 million women with difficulties trying to conceive. And when we capture 5% in 5 years, that'll be annual revenues of $820 million. Over the next 2 years, our ask is $500,000 to help us market and scale in Canada before launching in the US. In 2026, we're also beginning human clinical trials for our next innovation, True Range. It's the first at-home quantitative blood test for miscarriage prevention. Now, today, pregnant women have to wait 5 days to get their lab results back to see if their pregnancy is progressing. And this causes a lot of anxiety, and it also causes unnecessary ER visits. True Range provides peace of mind at home in minutes. And we have royalties that will provide additional revenues. We have the team standing behind us that includes business, medical, technical, and science professionals driving the future of fertility care. We are My Fertility Labs, treatment before infertility. Thank you.
Okay. Wow. Very moving. I mean, these pitches are sometimes they really get you. They really touch. They're very touching.
Yeah, sometimes they're funny too.
Sometimes, yeah, Simon, some good jokes. But I mean, I'm just so impressed so often about how these companies are trying to change the world, and it's really inspiring. You know, I like to sometimes talk about, or ask my co-MC, why do you angel invest? So I'd like to do that now. Zach, why do you invest in startups?
Oh gosh, you're putting me on the spot. Listen, I like angel investing because I like to walk down the street and see people in my neighborhood that have invested in their company. Sometimes I run into portfolio companies like at the grocery store because they're building a great company here. They're part of the fabric of your community, and they're also impacting the world. And eventually, they're making money for the investors.
That's awesome. That's a good answer. I like to say that, I have 3 young kids, and I like to think that I may invest in one or more companies that my kids may work at one day. So I like to see that I've had a part to play in helping the next great Calgary company or Alberta company grow. But okay, without further ado, I was going to say, sometimes I also have to say, give the story of why I donate to the bar tab. But tonight,
Why do you donate to the bar tab?
well, it's hard starting a startup. You're broke. You're bootstrapped. Like you are often living, especially if you're a student founder, you're living with, you can't afford.
Yeah, it's hard for all
it's a
founders.
luxury. So, I want to thank 4 more people for donating to tonight's bar tab.
Let's hear it for him.
All right. So first up, one of our portfolio founders turned investor, Rob Irwin, CEO of Village Wealth. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob. I mentioned it earlier, but our newest sponsor in Calgary, Pankaj from iTechno Labs. Thank you, Pankaj.
Pankaj.
If you haven't
The
met,
double sponsor.
I will say this. I met Pankaj last week. He's recently moved here from Toronto, and he said, Adrian, I want to meet people in Calgary. And I said, you've come to the right place. So let's meet Pankaj, everyone. Okay. Here, we got one of our investors, Johannes Fischer. Thank you, Johannes. He was up there somewhere last time I looked. Yeah, there he is.
Thank you, Johannes.
And then recently, we had another one here. Just came in while I'm talking. Just there. You can see that one.
Justin Lutzko.
Justin from Lutzisoft. Where's Justin? Where'd he go? There. I can't see him. He's wearing a big orange shirt. I know that. All right. Green. Oh, yeah, there is green tonight. I'm colorblind, or I've got orange shirts on the mind. Okay. So let's go next.
Let's go to the next group.
So next up, it's my pleasure to introduce a very good friend of mine. Our kids went to school together when they were 3. So I've known Jason here from Fasken for 9 years. I've known him for 9 years. Get in here, Jason, and introduce our next companies.
Thank you, Adrian. Hello? Yeah. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you, everyone. I'm Jason. I'm with Fasken. We're a law firm. Maybe you've seen our banners that say Fasken Law Firm, in case you don't know what we do. I co-lead the emerging tech practice here with Brad, who had to leave, but did donate to the bar tab earlier. So to help high growth emerging tech companies, we work with venture capital as well. So our whole idea is, we like to get companies in early, ideally, pre-incorporation or right after incorporation, and all the way through an exit. And provide that guidance along the way, and we've got a lot of experience in doing that. So look forward. I work with some of you, and look forward to working with others of you over the course of the next little while. All right, I have to introduce 4 amazing founders. The first of which is Mike from Perked.
Thank you. I just flew in from Japan about 3 hours ago, so I do have to use my notes. I'm Mike Prosey, founder of Perked, and I had a problem. I was spending about $400 a month on coffee. Not only that, but every day, thousands of cups of coffee go to waste right down the drain. And people are paying upwards of $3.90 a cup for their daily brew. What if we consolidated every independent coffee shop in Alberta, no, in Canada, under a single coffee club? It would reduce waste, make coffee more affordable, connect customers with locally owned cafes, and help grow the overall market. So that's what we did. We started with 3 simple facts. People want their coffee hot, fresh, and inexpensive. So we designed a system to deliver that. Perked is a monthly coffee subscription. For $44.99 a month, customers get 1 drip coffee or bagged tea from any of our partner vendors. That's less than $1.50 a cup. Want a cappuccino or latte? You're able to upgrade to a specialty drink at any of our cafes with a discount. So you might be asking, what's in it for coffee shops? So far, they love us. They get paid for every coffee credit redeemed, and it's guaranteed revenue and creates new loyal customers without any fees or hardware required. We completed our site this month, and we have great traction so far. We have our first coffee shops in Edmonton. We have 15 plus coffee shops in Edmonton and 20 plus coffee shops in Calgary. This makes us, strictly by locations, the 4th largest coffee provider in Alberta after Tim Hortons, Starbucks, and McCafe. We signed up all our coffee shops over 1 single weekend. So we're incredibly scalable and we're ready to disrupt an industry. Over 300 people have tried Perked so far with 150 active members. We also have an updated slide. As of today, we've officially served over 2,000 coffees, and we've made over 4,000 in revenue in just 2.5 months. And this week, we hit a new record of 34 coffees redeemed in a single day. But we're not stopping there. We plan to grow subscribers through advertising, expand into corporate coffee programs, and grow our coffee vendor partnerships throughout Alberta and beyond. The long-term play here is to exit to a coffee company, giving them access to 90% of the coffee market, or we IPO ourselves. We need $100,000 to build a native app, and we're looking for $100,000 to begin our marketing campaign. Lastly, we need mentorship and guidance from people who have scaled businesses before, and we have the team to get us started. We want to be the first billion-dollar company with less than 5 employees. Alex, our CTO, built the website. I'm the CEO dreamer pursuing my doctorate, and my wife and co-founder is our CMO and corporate coffee connoisseur. But for us, we're focused strictly on scaling globally. We think we're the right team to do that, but growth is our #1 priority. So if anyone comes along that feels they can do this better, we'll happily give ourselves the boot to get to our end vision. Our end vision, Airbnb is the largest coffee chain in the world, the largest hotel chain in the world without owning a single hotel. Uber did this for taxis, Skip the Dishes for restaurants. Our vision is to be the largest coffee chain in the world without owning a single coffee shop. And of course, here's 2 weeks free for all of you just for joining tonight if you want to scan that QR code. Or go to www.perk.club. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you very much. Next, we have Akpeko from Printed Sun.
Hi, everyone. My name is Akpeko Gasono, one of the founders of Printed Sun. 5 years ago, I tore my ACL and experienced firsthand how red light therapy accelerated my recovery from about 2 months down to a month. So the picture you see on the top right is me experiencing red light therapy. But the experience was limited by frequent clinic visits. It was inconvenient and also time-consuming. This challenge mirrors the over 2 million patients suffering from diabetic foot ulcers in North America alone, who face up to 4 months of slow healing from these chronic wounds and have high rates of reoccurrence and then amputation risk. Most of these patients spend up to $50,000 for their entire treatment journey. This is expensive and a lot of clinician hours. Printed Sun is tackling this critical problem by developing low-cost, ultra-thin wearable red light therapy patches that can be worn directly on the wound site. This provides at-home adjunct treatment to the standard care. And evidence has also proven that red light therapy reduces wound healing by a month and also time to recovery by almost 50%. Our beachhead is hospital outpatient wound centers who treat more than 500 chronic wounds. And we are looking at about 5 billion target market and hoping to capture close to 20 million of that market in 5 years. We have fantastic adjunct therapy treatments on the market currently, but when deployed, our adjunct treatment will provide the cheapest but efficient treatment method, but done at home. We have exclusive license to patents that cover the therapeutic OLED and then manufacturing. We are looking to do a clinical pilot in the next 2 years and be able to go through FDA Health Canada and then get into payer reimbursements like Medicaid. We are hoping to get into direct customers, sell to them, and then get into paid subscriptions and B2B owners. Our focus is to be able to generate in the next 5 years about 10 million sales, direct sales from these red light patches. Together, our team combines expertise from printed electronics, business strategy, and medical clinical validation. We want to be able to raise 2 million to enable us scale up this prototype development. We have raised 500,000 non-dilutive funding so far to produce lab-validated LED patches. The next is to be able to run these clinical trials and then bring this to market. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peko. Next, we have Ryan from Pro Delta Projects.
Well, thanks for having me, everyone, and thanks to all the other founders here. Like, I hope what I want to talk to you about is, let's face it, our Canadian economy sucks. Grocery store is high, and it's really because we can't build anything, and we have a big regulatory process. So imagine being a CEO of a company and go to your investor and say, I want to build a project. Spend $10 billion. We're going to have $500 billion environmental cleanup costs. We're going to go to litigation with First Nations. We're going to create more unemployment, and the economy in the U.S. is dependent, and it's all going to be canceled. Why would we want to do that? And our government now is, let's create more regulations. As you can see, the First Nations haven't taken lightly to it. So I asked, why? So what I know is technology will always outpace policy. We have 4 integrated technologies that we use landscape AI analytics. So we have a database right now of 1.7 billion points. We're going up to 400 billion by Christmas. Our processing is 50 times faster than industry standard. And what we do is we're like the regulatory therapy. We can identify 80% of your regulatory risk, 30% of the time, and work you through it. What have we done? We've got First Nations endorsed. We've been told, Ryan, this is what reconciliation looks like. Regulator approved, and we're aligned with global finance corporations. Myself, I've navigated uncertainty since 2017. Startups hard, never mind going through COVID, some of the worst regulatory standards out there. We've got guys that have PhDs decline ChatGPT, not because I pay better, I'll tell you that much. And we got data management specialists trying to manage all this massive data. And we've bootstrapped everything to date. Where are we at in our market? We have a $500 billion backlog, 2 trillion backlog in North America. So it's about right now 120 years worth of work. And this market is growing. But I'm not gonna lie, we do make some pretty good money. So we do 4 integrated technologies with 4 different revenue fees that all work together. Data as a service is 90% margins. We charge 65 cents a hectare. Our cost is less than 3 cents. Software as a service, we're doing really well. Platform and fee for service. Unfortunately, fee for service is what Canada likes. We're getting away from it. Where are we at right now? Our backlog is $1.5 million we're actually working on. 3 million in proposals, 15 million in leads. And today, with the Alberta government announcing a major pipeline to the West Coast, we were called this morning to meet with 2 majors tomorrow on 2 major projects regarding it. We get projects approved, First Nations support economic resilience. We're coming here for investment to help us with the wind. So who wants to help get us the economy going?
Thank you very much, Ryan. And last but not least, Cole from Palm Vita.
All right, hi everyone. I'm Cole Christensen, co-founder of Palm Vita. I'm sure everyone here remembers the COVID-19 pandemic, where social distancing, canceled holidays, and a lot of other things were really hard on us because exercise, socialization, and a sense of family are all basic human needs. Oxygen is also a basic human need, but over 9 million people across the globe need oxygen therapy to get enough in their system. The current standard of care is a really big pain point for these patients because it takes away their ability to socialize, exercise, and see their family. So for them, it probably feels like the pandemic never ended or began. It's just their day-to-day reality. Help us liberate these patients by developing our Pillows Plus nasal cannula. Our Pillows Plus nasal cannula has advanced, novel, patent-protected breath detection technology that improves the performance of these portable oxygen systems, which will restore confidence, mobility, and independence to these patients' lives. Before I get more into our device, I want you to understand the current standard of care. Right now, patients use these mini fridge-sized stationary concentrators when they're at home sleeping or resting, and then they'll switch to one of these sources whenever they leave the house. So this source can be made much smaller, these portable sources, because they only send oxygen when a breath is detected, rather than wasting oxygen during the exhalation phase. The problem, though, is that that breath detection mechanism isn't very reliable, especially during mouth breathing, which is common during sleep and exercise. These machines don't really know when the patient is inhaling, and therefore the patients don't get the oxygen they need. And that's why they switch to the large mini fridge-sized source at night, and also why they tend to stay indoors. They're not confident in leaving their house. So what we've done so far at Palm Vita is we've raised $400,000 to prototype our new cannula. We tested that on patients through Health Canada approved patient trials. And during these trials, we were able to prove that when using our device with this portable system, we can provide just as much oxygen as the stationary system with a standard cannula. So this is huge data for us. We can now go to patients and oxygen providers and say that we don't need these mini fridge-sized concentrators anymore. You can just wear this one at all times. We got purchasing intent from about 50% of the patients that participated in those trials, and then we also went to one of the largest oxygen providers in Canada with that data, and they turned around with purchasing intent worth over $100,000 annually. So that's not bad for our potential first check. So help us get this to market. We're looking to raise $1 million to do design for manufacturing and also to produce our first 100,000 units. We think we could commercialize this device within a year of completing this raise. This is the team you'd be investing in. We have a strong background in mechanical engineering, but the main team member I want to brag about with my last 10 seconds here is Dr. Daniel Viss. He's a lung specialist, a respirologist out of the University of Calgary here, and he basically designed the patient trials and helped us get that game-changing data. So that's it. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you. So I like to see the Startup TNT logo on your supporter side. Zach, why was the Startup TNT logo on that side?
Palm Vita is a side deal from one of our Life Sciences Summit in 2024. So he's actually raised a small amount of money from the group previously. And he's back now. He wants to take the whole thing.
All right, we see that. So that's something people don't know is, like, you know, if I don't win, can I come back? Can I come back again? Yes, you can. Only if you win. That's the only way you lose eligibility. So if you're not Albertan and you win a previous summit. Those are the two ways you can't apply for the Startup TNT Summit. Okay, so with that, we are at intermission. We've reached intermission. Before you go, though, 2 more donations came in. And I want to say thank you to PJ Dunn, one of our newest investors right here. Thank you,
PJ.
Right? And then if you have a startup and you don't in Calgary and you don't know Cam, you should meet him. He's with MNP, one of our sponsors across the country. They sponsor us in every region we're in. Thank you, Cam, for also donating to the bar tab.
Let's hear it for Cam.
Okay, we're ahead of time, but that doesn't mean you can take extra time at the bar. Please be quick. 15-minute intermission starting now. So up next, I want to introduce one of our Calgary sponsors. I can't see.
He's ready. He's ready to go. He's hiding. He's about to
there
pop
he is.
out.
You heard his name earlier. He's one of the investors. He's one of the bar tab donators. He's one of the sponsors. Mr. Cameron Baywall from MNP.
There we go. Thanks, Adrian. Thanks, Startup TNT. So here for 2 reasons. MNP is proud to sponsor, be best friends with Startup TNT. We love advising and being advisors to these startups and founders and working with the, just really cool organizations as well as the investors. And then from the investor side, it's easy to forget how, or to not realize how special this group is. This is my fifth summit, and you get groups such high quality. First one summit was Retinologic, Simple Hedge, Has-Track, and Nathan from ResVR. So a pretty quality portfolio for somebody that really doesn't have a ton of skills in picking private equities. So thank you for Startup TNT. Thanks for being including me in the community. First guy I would like to come up, Dan from Reserve X. Come tell your story.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm going to make a very, very quick Canadian introduction with 2 apologies. The first one, Adrian, I'm sorry, I don't have the Startup TNT shirt. The Calgary is on the shirt at least, so points for that, hopefully. And Nathan, we haven't met yet, but ReserveX, the name is very, very similar to yours, and I apologize. I owe you a beer. We don't do anything with VR, just so you're aware, but we'll have to catch up. So ReserveX is a travel technology company I'm the CEO and co-founder of. We specialize in travel experiences. So our focus is multi-day tours, day activities, cruise, events. And the problem we solve is we help companies, particularly travel agencies, but airlines, really any travel retailers that are selling experiences and tours, automate that process. Believe it or not, this is one of the last categories in the industry that has not been modernized. If you go to many travel agencies, large, medium, small, Flight Centre is an example, 5th biggest travel agency in the world, you can find tours, but you can't actually book it online. It'll force you to fill out a form, call a travel agent, something along those lines. It's very cumbersome, old school. And then on the other side of this coin, for the travel agency, it's also a very manual process. It's labor intensive, often requires them to reach out with several phone calls. So we solve both of these problems. What we've built is a platform and a marketplace. So we aggregate thousands of travel experiences from every single major tour operator in the world into our system, and then we activate that through our platform for our retail partners. So these logos, most of these are actually already clients of ours. They include travel agencies, meta search companies and distributors, and airlines. The solution provides them with a means to provide a more modern experience for their traveler. So if you go to Maritime Travel, which is the biggest travel agency in Canada today, our technology is powering the tour solution on their site. So it provides, frankly, what you would expect in 2025 from a consumer experience perspective. And then on the other side of that, we also provide a technology, a platform that supports the customer service agent, it supports the travel agent, it saves them a tremendous amount of time in fulfilling those actual bookings, which again is a big problem in the travel industry. We launched 18 months ago, so we went to market in March with what we thought was a very good idea and a viable product. We got traction almost immediately, signed travel agencies within the first couple of months in Canada and in the US. That led to a partnership with Google. We've then expanded since and have signed agreements and implemented larger travel agencies across the world. This includes, like I mentioned, Maritime Travel in Canada, but one of the biggest online travel agencies in the world in Webjet, which we're going live with next week. They drive over $3 billion in revenue annually. We're going to be supporting all of their tours and travel experiences. Our first European client in Explorer, this is an agency of a significant size in Germany, and we're just beginning an implementation with Travelport, the 3rd largest distribution company in the world. We're testing and learning different business models. To give you some context, last month we billed about $27,000 to our clients in revenue. But the point here that's most important to point out is tours is very lucrative. The average commission for a tour is 15 to 20%. The average booking amount for a tour is $4,800. You can do the math. It's a very, very big category in the travel industry. It's the 3rd biggest after flights and hotels. And then, thanks for the heads up on that, which leads me to why I'm here beyond just talking about travel, which I love. We're just trying to wrap up a pre-seed round. We've raised $500,000 of $750. This is a priced round led by the wonderful Metiquity Ventures here in Calgary, and we're trying to, so we have 250 left of that. We're trying to wrap up as a means to complete some product development and then scale in 2026. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. Great presentation. Another example why Startup TNT is cool. Founder that's been here before, and then you see the story develop is not uncommon. The next company to come up, RNA Revive. Nina, come tell your story.
Yes, my name is Nina. I'm so grateful to be here today, but I want to start with a quick reflection point. How many of you have personally, or have someone that you love, needing to rely on life-changing or life-saving therapeutics. Okay, now take a step back and see, what would today look like if that was not available to them? I'm imagining that's a very heavy thought. Well, we are in the era of RNA therapeutics, and we have the power to unlock entirely new potentials in therapeutic care. I'm here from RNA Revive to tell you that we are here to end human disease. There is a global need for innovative therapeutics. We know that there's an estimated 7,000 rare diseases where 95% of them do not have an approved therapeutic option. 1 in 4 of them have off-target binding, making them toxic, and you often need repeat dosing because they're just not effective enough. We offer a breakthrough RNA technology, and since we all lived through COVID, we are all now armchair immunologists. You know what mRNA is. It is the recipe for that therapeutic. And we have a bonus piece because we don't want people to have multiple doses. So we're going to make it more efficient by putting a little photocopier on that. So your cells have the power to make those therapies. So we're going to say, okay, take that recipe, give it to your cells, put a little photocopier on there so it can make hundreds of copies of that mRNA recipe, and your cells can do the rest. It's also safer because now we have the power to have tissue targeting, and this is a plug-and-play system. It's very adaptable. So we can start with one indication today and expand to all kinds of rare diseases that never before had that opportunity. It's not just a theory. We know it works. We have strong in vitro data and really promising preliminary in vivo data. Of course, the rare disease market is huge, but with RNA technology, we are breaking down doors for new opportunity. We are starting with 2 very promising leads from our 15 pipeline designs, $10.2 million market in osteoporosis and a $12.5 billion market for age-related macular degeneration. We chose those 2 indications out of all of the 15 designs that we have because we have unique access to skill and expertise. This team can do the trick. Today we have secured $280,000 through the Innovation Catalyst Grant, as well as the Founder Matching Program. But we do still need $250,000 to unlock an additional $500,000 in non-dilutive funding and giving us that $1 million runway. Our ask is for you to join us. Be a part of the future of genetic medicine, and let's eliminate human disease together. It's never before been possible until now.
Thanks, Nina. Another cool reason for Startup TNT is I could not credibly do due diligence on the company. I thought DNA was being misspelled during COVID, so with the R. So because we have scientists and investors in the investor group, I can get through and we can evaluate this thing. So cool. The next company is Alicia. Come tell your story. Serenity Power.
Yes, thank you so much for having us, or me, I should say. I'm solo tonight. I have a quick question. How many people here were affected by the power outage today? No one? Okay. Well, I personally think that's ridiculous. It's 2025. I just moved to Calgary 3 days ago. I'm in the energy epicenter of Canada. That's crazy. I'm Alicia. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Serenity Power, and we're trying to tackle energy security and energy independence, starting with oil and gas. So right now, oil and gas is stuck between 2 big problems. They're using super inefficient systems like thermoelectric generators or batteries, or they're trucking in diesel and conventional internal combustion engines. Super polluting, expensive, and just a logistic nightmare. Fuel cells have been talked about a lot, especially hydrogen, but hydrogen's super expensive. The purity levels needed are ridiculous, so that's really why we haven't seen them adopted, and we haven't really, followed that hype until now. So we're working on advanced solid oxide fuel cells, or SOFCs for short. These are awesome fuel cells that are fuel flexible, meaning we can use hydrogen, yes, but also natural gas. What do we have in Alberta? Tons of natural gas. So we can really bridge that gap. These are 60% efficiency, so double that of a combustion engine like diesel or natural gas, and they're low emissions and noise-free. So we really want to tell the story, or have natural gas be its own decarbonization story and bridge that gap between where we are with diesel and where we're going to get to with green hydrogen. So solid oxide fuel cells aren't new. But we've made some advancements. Ours are 12 times faster startup time, so you're not waiting hours for your device to get warm and start producing electricity. We're way more compact, lightweight, which basically unlocks new applications in portable and mobile power, and we're more cost effective. Where we are right now, we're building our first MVP, a small 100-watt system that basically will help oil and gas industry with instrumentation and pipeline monitoring, SCADA equipment, but our big vision is really to scale to larger industries. And why did we move here? Toronto's super lonely for hard tech and climate tech. Shout out to Alberta, we're really happy to be here, but we're really looking for partners in oil and gas. We want to pilot next summer with our first MVP, so really looking for that, and also looking to learn more about the energy industry. I think a lot of people here grew up in oil and gas and you know a lot, would love to connect with you, learn more about the pain points, and hopefully visit more sites so we can learn more. And I mentioned that we want to get into the larger scale systems. So right now I mentioned we're doing 100 watts, super tiny, like can't make much of an impact environmentally, but our big vision is to tackle data centers, the built environment, utilities, microgrids, really help those remote communities who don't have access to grid electricity and might be relying on diesel. This is our team. I mentioned we're new to Calgary, but we met in Toronto at the University of Toronto, and we are fuel cell nerds, and we're just really excited to be working on this. And that's all I can say about that, and hope we can work together and start decarbonizing today. Thank you.
Thanks, Alicia. We need to have a drink. I got a couple questions, really cool business for you afterwards. The next company is Splice and Connect. Taba, come up, please.
All right. So let's continue the energy conversation. So my name is Taba Sabi. I'm the CEO of Splice and Connect, and I want to talk about continuous monitoring for power reliability. So we are in the midst of an unprecedented power crisis. The existing grid is aging, it's hard to modernize, and there's too much instability with power fluctuations. What we need is reliable and affordable power, and get serious about addressing these challenges head on. But if reliable and affordable power is the goal, all those cable connection points, let's hope they don't fail, because currently 55% of failures happen at a connection point. That's money that could be spent on improving the grid, is instead spent on replacements and repairs. The potential impact of an unplanned outage to our neighborhoods and operating assets is a real concern, and a solution is needed. The concern is so real that a Calgary-based oil and gas operator has given us $350,000 along with access to their operating data to solve this problem and complete development and testing for Splice and Connect. So existing solutions, they rely on fixed interval testing. So that's 3 to 5 years in between testing cycles. Others, they would have you install fiber optics along kilometers of cables. I mean, like, come on. We need practical solutions and real insights into our cable health. And that is why Splice and Connect is developing a smart, non-invasive cable monitoring device. Cable health information is wirelessly transmitted to a proprietary software where you get trends, alerts, and historical data. This is the exact information that operators need to create proactive maintenance plans and operate efficiently. Imagine knowing when and where the next failure will occur. So between myself and my team, we have practical experience in power systems and electrical reliability, combined with implementing business strategies and innovative solutions. Our conservative estimate for our initial target markets, including utility, renewables, underground mining, oil and gas, in just North America is well over $24 billion, with lots of room for global growth in adjacent markets such as data centers and other industrials. We have gained quite significant traction. We have a signed piloting agreement with an Alberta utility, the strategic partner that provided the $350,000, and signed LOIs with oil and gas, utilities, and a renewable company. We are currently doing a $1.75 million pre-seed raise with Avatar Leadership Fund as our lead investor, and we are almost 65% committed. The remaining 35%, that's what I want to talk to you about today. So we all need reliable power. Let's work on it together. Thank you.
Okay. Wow. I mean, more amazing companies. I love it that Alicia and the team were a Toronto company 3 days ago, but then they moved the whole team here, which is really speaks to the energy. No, not to make a pun, but the energy that we've got going on here in Alberta.
And she gave a shout out to the fact that we invest in hard tech, and we're really proud of it. Thank you, Alberta.
That's right. That's right. Also, big shout out to Avatar. So one of our community supporters you might have seen on the partner slide as Avatar. We get a lot of great new clean tech companies from Avatar, and Spice and Connect, the company you just saw, that's one of the Avatar companies. So really cool to see companies coming up from our partners. We have 4 sites up there too. I saw Foresight. So we have some great clean tech partners as well in this province and across the country, but here for this summit.
Across the world.
But that's also what's fun about this summit, being agnostic. We have a massively diverse spectrum of companies. Okay, you know what I'm going to do here? Some more shout outs.
Let's hear them. Who just donated?
We got our friend from the Hunter Hub, Guy Levesque. Thank you, Guy.
Guy Levesque. Donated in style, I should point out.
Yes, with the TNT colors. And that's only part of it. When I met with him in his office, he was wearing a lot more TNT colors that day. Okay. Zach Prisco from High Finance. They're an applicant in the summit. Thank you, Zach.
That's Zach with a CH from Edmonton.
From Edmonton.
Don't get that wrong.
That's right. And then OG Calgary investor up there, Kyle Konofsky. Thank you, Kyle.
Kyle,
Big
taking
supporter.
us way back. Thanks, Kyle.
Yes. All right, I'm sure there's going to be more. How do you donate again?
Very easy e-transfer to cheers at startuptnt.com.
That's right. Cheers at startuptnt.com. Okay. All right. Our last group of companies, another one of our investor sponsors. Get up here. It's a pleasure to introduce Colin from Axis Insurance. Colin, who do we have next?
I'll just take this one.
Sure, take his.
All right, I'm Colin with Access Insurance, here to help you with your insurance needs as a startup that rarely gets consultative solutions. So give us a call. In the meantime, we have Susan with Sylvester AI up next.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's do it for the cats. There we go. There we go. So we're going to talk about cats tonight. Fun fact, there's over 600 million owned cats in the world today. And I'm here to tell you about how we're transforming one of the biggest challenges that they have to receive the type of care we want to give them. So, feline pain's super hard to detect. In fact, cats are 10,000 years less domesticated than dogs. If they show pain in the wild, they will get eaten. And so that's what they're doing in our houses right now, is they're hiding in your back bedroom, and they're not coming out. They may be peeing on your pillow, and they're getting surrendered. So what's happening is they're delaying care. We don't mean to, but we delay their care. And then by the time they go to the veterinarian, it's super sad for the cat and their human. So what we've done is we've created an AI platform that allows you to take a picture of the cat's face on your phone and know if they have pain. So we're analyzing for instant acute pain assessment. Our value prop is peace of mind for the cat owner, and we drive vet visits for the clinics. So where are we today? Super excited to talk about traction. These are all signed contracts with some of the biggest names in the pet care world. I'm going to talk about Covet really quickly. It just went live today. It's an API integration. 5,000 veterinarians globally can now access our technology, and with a click of a button, a swipe right, they're recommending our tech to go home with their cats that come into the clinics. This integration on its own represents a total market of $100 million for us, and these are the cats that are going to the veterinarian. We're going to start slow, though. 250 of the vets Using this tech, if we get a 2% market penetration, we're $1 million business in a year. So we've been really busy, driving really fast forward. We already sell a direct-to-consumer technology to pet owners. We have 10,000 people using it today, and more integrations happening with the vet channel. We're a team of veterinarians, data scientists, and behaviorists, so we're ready to take this challenge on. If you know anything or leave anything tonight with knowledge of there's more cats than kids, in Canada, there are more owned cats in homes than children under 18. This isn't just happening in Canada, so let's think about that for a minute. And only 50% of them see a veterinarian on a regular basis. This is a huge and growing category. So this is our cat daddy. He's an influencer. Follow us on Instagram. This had 500,000 views and drove 5,000 in sales just in one post. We are raising in a convertible note to seed. Thanks to Metiquity, they came in our pre-seed round. We've already raised $1 million. If you're interested in this journey in the pet space, come and talk to me. And if you have a cat, check me out at the bar and we can find out how your cat's feeling tonight.
Thank you, Susan. Next up, we have Mo and Tutrid. Tutored.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Have you ever had to cram before a do or die exam? That was me at midnight before an 8 a.m. calc final that decided if I pass. So I started searching for tutors, but no one was online. That's when we first started building to make learning instant. But as we spoke to users, we found that tutors are also struggling. My name is Mo, and this is why Adam, Mark, and I built Tutored, the AI learning platform that helps tutors teach better so students never fall behind. Right now, tutors lose up to 70% of their income on other platforms. Onboarding can take forever, and they lose unpaid hours every week on teaching overhead. With Tutored, you can connect to a tutor instantly alongside our live AI co-tutor we call Luna. You see, standalone AI tools like ChatGPT are great for quick answers, but they don't know how you learn, and they can't talk you through a problem on a whiteboard. Tutors can, and with Luna, they do it even better. Luna listens to a live lesson and generates interactive problems, examples, and even visuals based on what's being taught in real time. Outside of lessons, Luna builds learning profiles for every student to personalize every interaction at scale. Tutors can also auto-generate lesson plans, homework, and quizzes, saving them hours each week so they can focus on what matters most, teaching. And with instant onboarding and the lowest fees, tutors earn faster and keep more of what they earn. This is not a niche problem. Private tutoring is a soon-to-be $172 billion market, growing 15% a year. We make money in 3 ways: a 10% commission fee, a $15 a month AI subscription, and API and data licensing. So we're both B2C and B2B. We have a pending LOI from one university in a partnership with Pensium, an edtech company that just reached 1 million users. Our pilot with them drove 21,000 tutor bookings worth over $1 million USD in projected transaction volume. We've raised $280K in grant funding, along with a $50K angel investment. And aside from traction, our unfair advantage is what sets us apart. While other platforms build on legacy code, we're engineered from the ground up with AI at the core. Our differentiator is an AI native tech stack that's protected by enforceable IP, but our true moat is stickiness and a compounding data edge. Once you use Tutored, leaving means losing the entire record of your learning journey. It would be like switching doctors without your medical history. The entire learning process is captured, creating personalization that only gets better. So switching costs are much, much higher over time. We're on a mission to redefine online learning through AI and build a company with unicorn potential in a space that's long due for disruption. So if that vision excites you, let's connect. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks, Mo. I owe you a drink for calling it Tutrid. Next up, we have Waveview Imaging Inc. and Jeremy.
Thank you, Zach. Good evening, everybody. My name is Jeremy Bourki. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Waveview Imaging. We have developed a portable medical imaging device to monitor breast health for everyone and everywhere. So I hope you're still awake, because I'm going to make you work a little bit. Do you see anything suspicious on those mammograms? I don't really expect you to see anything, because the radiologist didn't see anything either. And how about now? Do you see anything on those Waveview images? If you think something is going on the left breast, you would be right. We have about a 30% increase in properties that we measure compared to the healthy breast. And indeed, this patient, 37-year-old, has a 2-centimeter tumor in her left breast that is completely invisible on the mammogram. Why? Because, like most younger women, she has dense breast tissues. And X-ray mammography just doesn't work very well in dense breast tissues because they have very little contrast. Comparatively, with our technology, we can clearly see the tumor because we have the contrast. And that's my point here. The technology we have built has the contrast necessary for the younger women and anyone with dense breast tissues, which is more than half women out there. So we all know somebody impacted by breast cancer. I lost my cousin from it. Like the previous patient, she was 38 years old, too young for any screening. By the time she found her lump, it had spread too far, and she left 2 young kids behind. And if you don't know anybody, look around you. One in 8 women is going to be diagnosed by breast cancer one day. And did you know that 10% of breast cancer are actually diagnosed before reaching age of screening, leading to late diagnosis? And this is a very critical time in a woman's life. They may be young mom, they may want to have kids, or they may be in the middle of their career. Whatever the case is, it can be a really dramatic thing to happen, and even fatal. And these women deserve a tool to detect it early. And this device here can do that. It can literally hang beside the blood pressure cuff in any doctor's office, any family doctor's office. With your help, it can be on the market within 1 year. So join us in our mission and make a difference for those young women. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeremy. So lastly, we've got Milad and Zanis, who is presenting by video since he's in the air at the moment. So we're in for a treat.
Hello everyone, as you are watching this, I'll be on a flight returning to Canada. So I thought, why not recording my pitch here at the manufacturing house? My name is Milad, I'm the founder and CEO of Zanis. Let me start my pitch with this scene. Imagine a worrying mom trying to take the body temperature of a crying, sick baby. Maybe they use one of those contact thermometers under tongue for 90 seconds, almost impossible. Or maybe they try one of these. Let me try quickly. Button is locked and it seems battery is dead. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you TempBuddy, the next thermometry solution. You may ask me, Milad, how does it work? It doesn't look like any thermometer. Well, TempBuddy connects to your mobile phone. Simply plug it, our app pops up immediately, and in just half a second, it takes your body temperature, just like that. Super easy, convenient, and meaningful. We launched a crowdfunding campaign for TempBuddy 2 years ago. It went very successful. We could secure early adopter users from more than 35 different countries, and that campaign still holds the record of most crowdfunded technology campaign in the history of Edmonton. Well, we have the vision to build an ecosystem of medical products like Tembody, besides an AI interactive and an AI-enabled app that together they will form like wellness engine, which will be game-changing to this industry and bring lots of insights to family wellness. And through building that ecosystem, we aim to reach an annual revenue of $200 million per year in 5 years, and we have a great potential for having a hybrid revenue model, not only selling hardware products, but also having app subscription, licensing, as well as leveraging data over time. We are a team of young engineers and marketing specialists working with startup ecosystem players in Alberta and across Canada. And the foundations are secured. So we have inventory, patented product, medical grade, FDA addressed, MFI, Apple MFI licensed, and it has been bootstrapped so far, so lots of room for investments. Production cost is just $6, D2C selling price $25.40, and B2B $9 to $15. And our ask is $500K safe note, which enables us for successful positioning of Tembody in North American marketplace. We have spent a long time fully dedicated building an extraordinary product, and we are just this close to launch it in North American market. So I would like to invite you to join our journey, and together we can make an impact to medical industry and global wellness. Please drop me a line and I'd be happy to further discuss possibilities with you. Thank you.
Now, video pitching is hard. That was pretty
Hi,
cool.
I'm Mike Brosey, and if you're...
Oh, I thought he was coming back for a second.
That was Mike's pitch in case his flight was delayed. I could hear it. No, video pitching is tough, but that was new.
He made use of his environment effectively. I liked it.
That was good. All right, well, we have made it to the end of the pitches.
Feels good. Feels great.
I
know what happens next.
Before I say anything else, I think these founders, it's not easy getting up here. I mean, look, we make it look easy, but it's not easy. It's nerve-wracking being up here. These founders deserve a massive round of applause. So together now.
Let's hear it for them.
You know who else deserves a massive round of applause, and thank you, is our incredible stage manager, Selena, and our incredible bartenders. Give them a wave. Give them a tip at the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're racking up the tips. Let's hear it for them.
The bar is open. The bar's open till 9:30. So lots of time. You're not paying for your drinks. You could drop a couple bucks in the tip jar. No problem. They're working hard back there. Selena even brought her kids tonight.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Someone thought they were pitching, actually. I was like, yeah.
They are.
They're working on some toddler tech, I think.
I think they're working on some cartoons. Okay, so what did we see tonight? What did you think?
We saw 19 fantastic companies.
You gave it away. We never told anyone that someone dropped out.
There was only 19 companies pitching tonight. If you were counting, that was your good job on you. Hey, these were good pitches. I want to emphasize. I was telling someone this before. Sometimes when you look at applications and then you see the pitch, you're like, oh, I like the application, but not the pitch. This time around, I see the applications and then I see the pitch, and I'm like, I like what these founders are doing. I want to talk to them more. Good job, founders. You're drawing me in.
No, it was amazing.
And the audience.
These pitches are great. I've had more than one person come up to me saying this is their second or third time at TNT, and they're stunned at how much better the pitches continue to get. So no, big kudos to you guys. The pitches were amazing tonight. Okay, but we couldn't be here without the partnership and support of our sponsors and partners. So once again, I'm not going to go through their names. You've seen many of them tonight. These guys, we could not do what we do in Calgary or in Edmonton without your support. So I think if you guys could thank me together, big round of applause for our partners.
Let's hear it for the sponsors.
I should say, I didn't mention it before, but a big thank you as well to Platform Calgary, who's on this one here, for having us here. What a great venue this is. We love it. We love our partnership with Platform.
Did you know that we were their first live event after COVID?
I
That was
was
us.
here. I was
That was
here.
us.
We-
I
we-
wasn't here. I just heard
we-
legendary
yeah, you weren't
legends
here.
about it.
You know, Zach's really happy that this is his first time at a Calgary Summit, but this is an Alberta Summit. So Zach still hasn't been to a Calgary Summit, just so we're clear.
Guess I have to come back.
But yeah, we were here. The Startup TNT had the very first pitch night here before Platform had even officially opened.
Yeah, we got to test it out with them. It was amazing. All right, now to the best part of the night.
Well, first we can
I mean,
we're going to hang out
going
down here.
forward from here.
We're going to hang out down here until 9:30 or so, and then we can make our way over to the James Joyce. We have had an incredibly generous number of people donate to the bar tab. So thank you so much. There's going to be a great party ahead. Did anyone else donate?
We got one more donation in, and guess who it is? Adrian! Let's hear it for him. If anyone else wants to donate, it's a simple e-transfer to cheers@startuptnt.com.
How do you spell that?
CHEERS @startuptnt.com.
That's right. And if you want to show, we will put your name in the newsletter. You can get that shout out. No, thank you, everyone. Truly.
AV team.
What?
Let's thank the AV team.
Yeah, with the platform. I was getting there with the platform.
Sorry, hold on. I messed everything
I
up.
was-
All right, keep going,
I
keep going,
wanted to
keep
thank
going.
Everyone at Platform for having us here, including the incredible AV team. I was trying to get there. Yeah.
Sorry, keep going, keep
That's
going.
okay.
We're doing
we
great.
have other people at Platform.
Finish strong.
We also had Travis, our ambassador down there from Platform. So if you see Travis wear the Platform t-shirt, please say thank you. The Platform team are incredible. And thank you to the security guards as well. These guys choose our events. They love our events. So thank you so much.
Are they getting paid at least?
Yes, we pay them. All right, guys. Okay, guys. So yes, we're here till 9:30. Then we're gonna walk over to the James Joyce. It's been an incredible honor and privilege to be your MCs tonight. So thank you for making this incredible community to be a part of.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Let's stick around and have some more fun.